All right, Kat, you want to finish up this game of real law or nah?
Sure.
From BuzzFeed. All right, so we did the first half, and going into round 2, Kat, can you recap the score, please?
I'm in the lead by 1 with a score of 4-3.
Okay, Kat has a 1-point lead. I'm going to try to at least even that up, although I know I've got a pretty big deficit here. Here we go. Here is your next law, Kat Mykals. In Kentucky, it is illegal to dye a duckling any color and offer it for sale unless you're selling it more than 6 at once.
You had me up until the more than 6 at once. And when you say dye, you mean like change the color of them?
DYE. Yeah.
But it's Kentucky.
There's some logic there. That's right.
I'm going to say it's not really a law.
Okay. I actually feel as if we've discussed this before.
Okay.
So I'm going to say real and try to tie it up early in round 2. Kat says nah. I say real. Once again, in Kentucky, is it illegal to dye a duckling any color and offer it for sale unless you're selling more than 6 at once? It is real. I've tied it up. Oh
my God.
And it might make sense if it weren't for the exception made for selling more than 6. So there we go. All right. As we head into there's a few more left. It's tied up. In California, Kat, merchants do not have to accept more than 100 pennies in payment. Wow, what a great law if that is in fact real. I love that.
I'm going to say... Oh, man. Give yours first. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to go with...
While I try to decide.
I'm going to go with nah. I think it's a great law. I'm for anything that devalues the penny. I want them to go away as soon as possible.
But it is California, and they're very progressive.
That's true. And 100 does feel like a round amount. So I don't think either answer is stupid.
I'm going to say it's not a law.
Okay, so we're both saying nah.
Yeah.
All right. We're locking in on nah. And in fact, it is not a real law in California or anywhere else, although it is a common urban legend. So start saving up those pennies. I don't recommend doing that. Don't save up those pennies. They're worthless. I don't know. When will the president support abolishing the penny? That's what I want to know.
But pennies aren't useless. You get enough of them. And,
you're right, Kat. They're worth 1/100th of a dollar. You're right. That is the value.
But you get enough of them, and they're worth something.
They're worth 1/25th of a quarter. I agree with you, Kat. In Washington, X-rays may not be used to fit shoes.
I'm going to say...
I don't even really understand this.
I don't either. I'm going to say it's a real law.
I agree. I just feel like no one would sit down and make that one up for BuzzFeed.
No.
It is in fact real. However, this does not apply to doctors. So there you go. I don't even really understand that one.
So we're tied at 5.
All right, we're tied at 5, and we've got we got 2 more. In Wisconsin, one may not camp in a wagon or any public highway. In Wisconsin, one may not camp in a wagon or any public highway. In Wisconsin.
I'm going to say that's a real law.
Okay, see, here's what I'm thinking. Like, this probably goes back to, like, the Oregon Trail days. when people actually did camp out in wagons and stuff.
Okay.
So that there's... All right. In Wisconsin, one may not camp in a wagon on any public highway. All right. You're saying real?
Yeah.
To make it interesting, I'll say nah.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, it's real.
Woo.
If you're planning on hitching up your covered wagon for a road trip through Wisconsin, you might want to rethink your plans. Okay, last one, and you're ahead by 1?
Yes.
In Florida, all doors of public buildings must open outward. All right,
Public buildings? I'm going to say that's a real law.
Okay.
And I have a thought process behind it, but do you want my thought process before you make your decision or after?
Well, I was gonna say real, but now I want to say nah, just to maybe tie you. But I do think it's real. I do think it's real.
I think it's real. I mean, in case of an emergency where you have to get out, it would make sense that it would be required that the doors open outward. Like if you have a lot of people in a public building.
Okay. You know what? Just, I guess I will admit defeat, and I will also, because I do believe that that's real. So I'll lock in on real. It is real. It's designed to make it easier for people to get out of the building in the event of a fire or accident, which actually does make sense. So Kat wins by what? How many?
I won by 2.
Kat won by 2. Congratulations, Kat. You beat me fair and square in real law versus nah.
Woo!
You did a great job.
Thanks.
Some of those are wacky. I wonder what the thought process on that covered wagon law is.
I don't know.
See, like that's the one I was straining over the most because like that's the one that I could see there being a law in the books about. It's probably super ancient. I mean, I'm sure with the covered wagon stuff, it had to be.
It'd have to be.
Some of them are crazy weird, like the ducks one in Kentucky. Like why? Who's dying ducks?
Who's dying ducks and then selling them?
Who's buying dyed ducks? Right. I mean, if I'm going to buy a duck, I want it to be the traditional yellow or white. I don't know. Or I guess there's black ducks too, but my goodness. All right. Kat, nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I admit defeat. You beat me fair and square.